Yeah, hi everybody, Peter back for another video. Today I'm going to do album versus album video where you put one album up against another album. So we sort of talk about both albums like a mini review, and you come to a conclusion. What album do you prefer? What do you think is better? Whatever. So that's how it sort of goes. And I'd like everyone to give me what they think down below. Comment, subscribe, all those things. Thank you. And yeah, so I hope, guys, you enjoy this one. I'm going back to an American band who came out of the late 70s. They went just past the middle of the 80s, broke up, and then reformed 24 years later, something like that, for a little stint, and then no longer now. The Cars, of course, the excellent new wave, I guess you could call pop rock, and they got a quirky vibe to them too. They're quite very interesting band, I've always found. So I'm going to put two albums against each other: 1978's debut and the following album, Candy-O, from 1979. So they're both around. I think the first album clocks in at 35 minutes. The second album about 36 minutes. And so we'll talk about the debut. So I've got the tracks in front of me over here. I do have these on CDs, guys, but they're inside. So I'm doing the video in my living room, so to speak. So I'll just go through the tracks. Now, 9 tracks on the debut. Okay, so now the first 3 songs were singles, of course. So Good Times Roll. Now, Ric Ocasek on the vocals. This has always been a very good song for me. Out of the 3 singles, I like it the least, though, but I still like it. I think it's a very good opening to the album, quite a strong opening, and yeah, and it's great that they open the album has 3 singles to start the album, which is quite good, I reckon. But I really like Good Times Roll. One of my favorites on here. This album is pretty good all the way through, as I'll get to, but I like the opening. It's a pretty good track, that one, Good Times. Now, My Best Friend's Girl. This is a very Rick on the vocals again, very catchy track. Did I hear this first by them? They probably heard Let's Go from the Candy-O album first, but always like this. The great guitar from Elliot Eason, who's quite an amazing player, really, when you think about it. He's not. He's considered underrated, but his solos are quite wonderful, and no different on this album. But that was a really good single. I always love Best Friend's Girl. Now, the next song, Just What I Needed, with Benjamin Orr, the wonderful Benjamin Orr, might say. What a voice. What a voice. Just What I Needed. Wonderful track. This is the best of the singles for me, but I do love Best Friend's Girl too, and the other song. But love this. I can still play this back to back today, play after play. It's just a wonderful track. Rick is a great songwriter, Ric Ocasek. He wrote basically everything. You get the odd one from another band member, Greg Hawkes, usually, the keyboard player, who comes in with a co-write sometimes, but that is a great single, I must admit. That's a wonderful single. I'm in Touch with Your World. How would I put this one? I like it, but it's not my favorite on the album. Starts off a bit, I don't know, how would you say, awkward or jerky, sort of. But once it gets going, it's really good. So I consider this quite a good track, but I don't think it's up there with the other couple of singles, but quite different for them. Rick on the vocals, but it's a good tune. I wouldn't diss it. Don't You Stop's next, so quite a good poppy song, quite a bit quicker, a bit faster track. I like it. That's all I could say. I like that song. It's a good song. You're All I've Got Tonight, one of the standout deep cuts for sure. You're All I've Got Tonight, yep. Again, Rick on the vocals. Yeah, I think it got a lot of album FM airplay I think in America and Australia as well. It did would have got some airplay. I'm pretty sure in Australia. Yeah, and a really good song, a really great deep cut. It's one of the best songs on here. It really is a great song. Love that one. Bye Bye Love with Benjamin Orr, another really good song. Like that one. They're very good at this pop rock thing, and they're very they serve the song a lot. I reckon this band. They're sort of all for the song, which is great. Love that. So he's a great singer, Benjamin Orr, there's no doubt. Rick's voice is a bit more quirky. Yeah, it's pretty decent, but it's a bit more quirky for me. I just prefer Benjamin as a singer, but Rick's songs are amazing. Now this next song is terrific for me. This one could be nearly the best song on here. Moving in Stereo. I love this. This is a little bit unlike them, I think. I like the bass in this. The bass is quite prominent in this song. Benjamin Orr, again, wonderful. It's got all the... Greg Hawkes is quite prominent in this song. This is one of the best deep cuts you will find. This is... the car's a little bit different. They're sort of... It doesn't sound like much else on here for me. And it's a bit, I don't know how I can explain it any better than that. Just doesn't sound like much on here. All mixed, and it goes into All Mixed Up, which is another wonderful track at the end. Really love that one as well. That's a particular favourite of mine too. So this is a great album. You know, it's pretty much good all the way through, except they're all pretty good, aren't they? I mean, I guess the weakest for me would be I'm in Touch with Your World, but that's still... For me, anyhow, this is just my opinion, but it's gets the job done. It's a good song. So that's the first album. So it's a great album, a great debut, one of the best debuts for me of ever. Now, Candy O is next. The first song I think I ever heard from it opens the proceedings here. Let's Go. Let's Go is a cracking song. It's one of the Cars' best songs, probably a top 5 song for me. Benjamin Orr on the vocals. I remember the clip really well, and I thought this is so. They really Rick Ocasek's got a real feel for melody and catchiness in his songwriting. I just love that. That was quite a big hit in Australia too, as well as the US. Since I Held You with Rick again on the vocal. It's good, but. It's not Let's Go for me. It's not Let's Go, but it's a decent track. Things pick up with Benjamin Orr on the vocals again with It's All I Can Do, which is a single. Love that song. It's a really good song. And Double Life, a little quirky song from Rick Ocasek, but I love Double Life. I think it's an amazing track. A little bit of an interlude song, bit of a fun track. Shooby Doo, quite short. And it sort of goes into the song Candy, which is great playing from Elliot Easton on that actually too. The title track Candy, a great song. More amazing playing from Rick on Night Spots. From Elliot, on Night Spots. Great song. You Can't Hold On Too Long. Not a bad tune, not one of my favourites. But I do like the next song, Lust for Kicks, with Rick on the vocals. I think it's quite quirky and very catchy. I think that's a bit of a... Lust for Kicks is pretty much of a hidden... wouldn't say gem, but a hidden... It's better than... It doesn't get a lot of adulation like some of the other songs, but I always love Lust for Kicks. I think it's a quirky, typical Rick Ocasek song. Quirky sort of song. Got a Lot on My Head again is a good song. Dangerous Type, one of their best with Rick on the vocals. She's a lot like you, he says, and that she's a dangerous type. Yeah, great song. That's the 1979 album Candy O. If I didn't mention the band is Rick Ocasek, Benjamin Orr, Elliot Easton, Greg Hawkes and David Robinson. What do I prefer? Well, in the past for me, I've considered the first album better than Candio and Candio better than the first album. So I've had, but it's very tight for me, this one. Very, very close. Um, but look, today I've heard a few tracks again. Like I've heard it over the years quite a bit, but when you look at it, I just think I might just give it to the first album, The Cars, the debut. I don't, no real reason, just probably it's got less songs, so it's easier. If album's got less songs, it's easier to be a better album, if you know what I mean. It's harder to write 11 great songs than 9 great songs. So but it's got the 3 singles, got You All I Got Tonight, Moving in Stereo, all mixed up. The other album is amazing. But I'm just got no real reason, guys. But I'll just say probably to put it over the edge for me will be Just What I Needed and Moving in Stereo, and a little bit You All I've Got Tonight will just give it the edge for me. So there you have it, guys. I went for the debut over Candio. Both wonderful albums, probably the 2 best Cars albums for me. Put them 1 and 2. I did do a ranking where I think can't remember what I had. I had the debut or Candio at number 1. But I will redo a ranking of theirs at one point. But I'm just going to go for the debut, just for a couple of tracks being really wonderful for me. Yeah, there you go. What do you prefer, guys? Comment down below, subscribe and all those things. I'll see you guys for many more videos to come on the channel. I hope you enjoy. It's fun taking a look at these 2 albums. Great albums. See you again soon for another one. Bye for now, guys. Bye.